Welcome to the Tom Bernard Podcast with the family with
Officer Dave.
And Andy Brant Bernard.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to settle in. It's going to take a while. It might sound really disgusting at first, I understand, but Kristyn Burt can't be here today. So filling in for Kristyn Burt, we got Officer Dave.
Oh, God, are we in? This is a total.
Who knows more about, the dainty part of Hollywood than you? That's what I want to know.
What's new on celebrity gossip, Dave?
Because I'm such a celebrity bobo.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kristyn Burt Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Yeah, she has a couple of things. Kristyn Burt has a couple of things today and tomorrow.
Well, I know one kind of celebrity news, courtesy of Dave.
Okay.
Today is Global Beatles Day.
I think you lost your love.
Commemorates something. Why is it the 25th? Commemorates the legacy of the Beatles. Why not? It's been happening since 2009.
Where does it appear?
It's just a day.
Or it's a day.
Yep.
It's just a day.
It's Global Beatles Day.
Today.
Yep, June 25th.
I remember the first time I ever heard them. I was on the swing set at Cleveland Park with Kenny Anderson. We were both, I believe, in 6th grade, something like that.
Yeah.
And Twist and Shout came on the radio.
Oh, wow.
And we're swinging back and forth to Swing and Shout, and it was...
That's awesome.
I got some great memories because of the Beatles through the years and all the rest of it. Another one I love to tell is the fact that Paul McCartney was in town, so he set up an interview with me. So I'm going to go in and interview Paul McCartney face-to-face. Then I got a call that Andy had some problems at school, so I called and I said, Paul, I can't make it. I have to pick up my son from school. And he goes, what? I said, yeah, I got to pick my son up from school. And he goes, yeah, but you could interview me. I said, it would be a great pleasure, but sorry, my family comes first.
Maybe if you were a little more important, I would have bothered.
A little more important,
I would have said somebody else to go get Andy, but...
Oh, did I say courtesy of Dave? I meant Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Joe.
It was Joe, yes.
Okay, what did Joe set up?
He just texted me that it's Global Beatles Day.
Oh, Global Beatles Day, yes, okay.
Still in the middle of, show setup, so I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what
Fine.
I will do an entire episode and not know one thing I said during that episode.
So just get you all set and ready to go. Today, Wednesday, and tomorrow, Thursday, Kristyn Burt is in the workhouse. So how are they going to disprove that? That's what I like. You can't prove that it's not true.
Just for 2 days.
It's for 2. She's in the workhouse for 2 days in Los Angeles.
48 hours of community service.
Exactly. And then she'll be back on Friday. What does she have going, actually, Andy?
She's
on some sort of set.
Oh, a set, okay.
I don't know if she said what set. She's on set.
Okay.
Well, you're a Hollywood big shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's all true. So, yes, Officer Dave was nice enough to come in, step in Kristyn Burt's shoes, and we're going to hear, I'm sure, all about Hollywood.
Here we go. Let's go to TMZ.
Yeah, let's go to TMZ, find out what's happening, because otherwise we'll miss the boat completely.
Exactly.
They're still talking about the bite, the Martin Cove bite.
What? Did you hear about this?
I heard yesterday, yeah.
Why? Martin Cove could not be nicer to me. Every time I see him, even on video or on the phone, or I run into him, whatever, could not be nicer to me. Everybody else hates him. What?
I don't know. The guy has got an intense look to it.
Oh,
he does. I've always thought he
Yes,
looked
he
kind of
does.
scary.
I mean...
Yeah. Well, he acts scary, too. He acts very scary.
He plays that part very, very
does.
well.
He
Very
does
well.
indeed.
Oh, here's some interesting celebrity news. Kim Kardashian ditches her famous dark hair for blonde bob.
What a shock.
Oh, I'm so
I'm
happy
riveted.
to hear that.
I am riveted right now.
Alex's kids are here. Otherwise, I should tell you the real name of that show, The Kardashians. Starts with a WH, so. Yeah.
Guess which sexy singer hit the water in his Calvin undies?
Is there an
Let's
ORE
find
at
out.
the end of it?
Maybe. Maybe. What did you find out?
It's someone whose name I've never heard in my life.
Yeah. Oh, is that right?
Nate Wyatt?
I don't know Nate Wyatt. Alex, you know Nate Wyatt?
Let's see how many of these I have to scroll through before I get one I know. Oh, Mark Wahlberg. I know that one.
Oh, there you
it's
go.
It's literally just 34 pictures of men wearing Calvin Klein underwear.
There you go.
It's
There you have it.
Who goes to this site? I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
I just don't get it.
So, Alex, I think we told you yesterday that Kristyn Burt's in the workhouse for a couple of days, so she can't do the show.
The workhouse?
Yep, she is, absolutely.
That's an interesting way
Can you
to put
imagine
it.
Kristyn Burt in a jail? God.
It would not go well.
Would not go well at all. No doubt about
Be
it.
crying.
Do you
a
see
lot.
the kids freeze when they walk through the door? Holy crap!
Yep. Oh, is Officer Dave here to arrest you?
He's a police officer, Sage. You better behave.
When is the last time you saw them? Probably at like what, Ethan's birthday?
Yeah, Ethan's birthday.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's been a decent amount of time.
Was that when you rolled out the Ford?
Yep.
Yeah.
God, that's a beautiful car.
Thank you.
So wait, wasn't that 2 years ago or a
That
year
was
and
like-
a half?
A year and a half.
Yeah, because it wasn't in November. It
No.
was the previous November.
Right.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a
Yeah.
long time. I was gonna say because Colin didn't exist yet.
Nope.
Colin did not exist.
Nope.
Colin wasn't even a gleam in your eye
No.
at that point.
It was. Yeah. It would have been another 10 months
Yep.
till he would have been born.
Andy, I have to remind you, Say just reminded me to show the Ice Bucket Challenge video on the show today.
Well, he doesn't want to. No.
What?
He just wants to have the audio.
Oh, it's the audio, not a video. Okay.
I have audio.
No. This is why none
Yeah,
of this makes any sense.
Well, he came over and said he wanted him to run the video.
Is this something I should have known ahead of time, perhaps?
Oh, it's on my
He
phone?
text messaged a video of.
Well, how are you going to get that from my phone onto the screen?
You can't do it on the screen. I don't want people seeing my kids.
Show it, like, put your screen.
Well, here, let me pass that down to Alex, will you? Because it takes me forever to find stuff.
Lord.
Like, you.
Your phone is so tiny.
I know. iPhones are tiny.
Screen
Well, you have an iPhone though.
on there.
Seems
On
like
there.
seems like a
No, your mom doesn't want.
Baby
Your mom doesn't want
It's
it
like
on there.
the same size. Well, mine's a little.
She thinks you're not attractive
pretty
enough to
close.
be on camera.
That's exactly it. Sage
Oh,
Rasmussen.
Nope, you're too
Ice
cute.
Bucket
That's why she does. You're
Challenge.
too cute, both of you.
I'll just hold the thing up to here.
What are we talking about? What ice?
Oh, good gracious.
You got it. Oh, no.
Guys.
Explain what happened here.
What is this?
Sage did the ice bucket challenge.
Ah, okay.
You need to not be on camera.
Yeah.
For
Get
the
off camera, you dope.
10,000th time.
10,000
How many
times.
times I need to tell you?
Okay, we're going to listen to it. Can you hear it without headphones?
And
No, he. Well, I mean, if he's in the room with
well,
us.
yeah, he'll be able
yeah.
to hear this. Is it in the room with us now? Yeah, and Fawn did the
Fire bucket challenge.
fire bucket challenge. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it does.
It's a
bucket
lot
was on
harder
fire.
than the ice
Don't
bucket
do
challenge.
that. She was the narrator, kind of.
Oh, you were?
The color commentator.
Yes, she was the commentator.
And he takes the ice bucket in his hands.
I don't know your phone passcode.
I don't either.
Maybe you should say it on the air.
This is
You
going
got-
to be a...
Great.
I'm like just the in between.
Yeah,
Yes,
for
thank
real.
you.
Oh, it's already
Thank you.
open. Why do you need it?
Your face opened it. I don't have.
Your face opened it.
I mean, if this is something
Sounds
you could
like an
just
insult.
email to me, I could just do that. Might be easier. I don't know.
I'll just do this.
Look at the
Okay.
trouble
it
you've
doesn't.
caused.
It doesn't matter. Okay.
Guys, Sage is doing the
That sounds
ice
fine.
bucket challenge. So for y'all out there who will be watching, so he's not naked. He's just wearing the shirt. I mean, not a shirt. He's just wearing shorts. So it's basically a swimsuit. So ready? Here's Sage. Yes. Okay.
Haven't dumped it yet, Fawn.
Not yet.
Okay.
He's
3,
moving into the
2,
sun.
1. Jump.
Is that you huffing and puffing?
Sage,
a little
how do you like
cold.
it? Yes. Towel.
Towel.
Okay.
Towel.
Bye, y'all. Hopefully you like that video.
Oh,
There you go.
God.
There you go.
Wow.
3
There it was.
generations of a family that's all nuts.
Pretty much.
Well, 4 if you go back one more.
Mm-hmm.
for me.
True.
Oh, that's true. It's 5 in a row. That's been nuts.
Yeah, that's true.
It's all. Matter of fact, I bet you for one of my, back in my history, it started from day one.
Everybody. the
Day
first
one. Everybody in my family was nuts. There's no question.
Started
about
in
it.
the Garden of Eden. And
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Never
The Garden
stopped.
of Eden. Quickly, I want to
real
mention the two owners of the Timberwolves. Was it Lauren Rodriguez?
I think it's
What?
Stephen
Eric.
Timber and Johnny Wolf.
There you go.
No,
They
it's-
vow to not move the Timberwolves, but say they are going to push for a new arena. Didn't they just redo that arena?
Yes, Mark Lohr and Alex Rodriguez.
I would say it's Alex
Yeah.
Rodriguez.
Alex
and,
Rodriguez, yeah.
Well, because what's his face sold the guy that
Glenn
yeah,
Taylor.
Yeah,
Glenn Taylor, yeah.
There we
According to ESPN 18 hours ago, they approved a $1.5 billion sale
Okay.
at 5 p.m. yesterday.
Okay, so that's not too accurate. What's in the paper today?
Today, they unapproved it?
go. Yeah, what?
I don't know. I'm trying to find the date on here somewhere. And of course, the picture
I
expanded.
don't know. I'm seeing a lot of people saying that they approved the sale.
The sale of the Timberwolves?
So they just lied about it yesterday? 2 hours ago. Breaking 2 hours ago, this is according to Star Tribune. Breaking 2 hours ago, Lauren Rodriguez vowed not to move Wolves, but say they'll push for a new arena.
Well, they can sell it, but
well,
that
yeah,
doesn't mean it's going to move.
Yeah, they're not going to move the Timberwolves.
They're not going to move the team,
No.
but they're not going to. They
So they
want a new
came here-
arena to play in Minneapolis.
Right.
They came here to do nothing, to make money. That's why
Well,
they bought.
that's what everybody does.
I
I
gotta
mean
be
to
honest.
do nothing.
Well, how long they own the team? About 10 minutes,
Yeah. Well,
and they're already
Alex
getting rid of it.
Rodriguez has had some amount of ownership for a while.
Oh,
I
has
don't
he?
know about what's his face.
Apparently, Glenn Taylor has owned it until
since they had started.
Yeah.
yesterday,
Yes,
basically.
yes.
Yeah.
Wait, he bought it. No, not since they started. It was the other two guys that owned
So it's the sale-
Northwest.
Right.
What is that? What's it now?
Glenn Taylor's selling
Delta.
it to Mark Lohr and Alex Rodriguez.
Yes,
Yep.
which everybody knew
Right.
was happening because he's old
Yep.
and
He's
doesn't get
old.
along with anybody apparently.
And that's anybody, believe
Right.
me.
Yeah.
Glenn Taylor, he was born in 1941, so yeah, he's getting up there, 84
Yeah.
years old.
84.
Yeah, to like own a basketball team. Now he can just retire and.
He's the richest person in Minnesota.
Yep, there you go.
Yep.
And I had him in one time, did an interview with him, sitting down, and I'm talking to him all the rest of it, and he had just gone through a divorce. And I said, on the show, because he didn't agree to it beforehand, I said, well, on the show, I'd like to bring it up. You just recently went through a divorce. Do you want to talk about that or not? And he said, she's a fine woman.
And that's all we're gonna say about
That's
that.
all he said.
That's all I'm
She's a
gonna say
fine
about
woman.
that.
Yeah,
That's fair.
might have been a few tens of millions of dollars involved in that one.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's a
God,
possibility.
I'm sure.
Harv and Marv were the original owners.
Harv and Marv, yes.
Yep.
They own-
Marv and Marv.
well, all the Lifetime Fitnesses used to be called Northwest
Yeah.
Northwest Fitness,
Something
and
like
they're
that,
the
yep.
guys who owned all those.
Yep.
That's exactly right. So, I don't know. I still just can't get into NBA. You know, Sage, you're the expert on NBA in here. Your team is Indiana Pacers.
No.
Who-
Timberwolves.
Oh, it is the Timberwolves. Okay, I wanted to make sure. But you were rooting for Indiana in the finals.
Sage, why don't you go up to Mike?
Yes. Why don't you move your chair?
Drag the
to
chair over
There,
there.
drag the
Scoot.
chair over
You want a
there.
phone book to sit on?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good idea. You know, while you're doing that, why don't we take a break? That's a good
You can
idea.
just tilt the mic down.
Yeah.
As long as he's
There you
setting
go.
up,
There you go.
There we
will-
go.
Easy peasy.
no
Yeah.
one is listening to a word I'm saying.
Well, he's 7 years old and trying to get
I'm
the
talking
mic
about you
figured
and
out.
Andy, not him.
We're just telling
I
him
said-
how to help him figure it out.
Why don't we take a break while we're setting it up? Let me say that again. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes.
Nobody breathe.
From Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. What's up, Allie?
Oh, not much. Doing my usual thing of telling people they shouldn't be texting and driving. In Minnesota, you can't have your phone in your hands. You can use, hands free, but you can't have your phone in your hands for whatever reason. And that's why they made the law the way they did, so that police officers could see a phone in your hand and you got no excuse for why you got it there.
Do people know that that's the law?
I hope so. I mean, they used to follow it, and then kind of COVID kind of made people forget. And now it's like a freewheeling world out there with cell phones.
Let's say you get pulled over because you do have a phone in your hand and you're not watching where you're going. You got to be in pretty big trouble then, I would guess.
Well, the first one's not as bad. It's the multiple ones, the problem. And once people start stacking them up, then they have a big problem. And then what we're doing in car accidents is we've started bringing motions for punitive damages, because I'm trying to use the civil law any way we can to stop this, because it needs to stop.
Whenever I'd had any problems in my life, who was that I called again? It was like an MB, something like that.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
Ladies and gentlemen, family owned since 1933, an original Minneapolis steakhouse, a place to celebrate, create memories for over 90 years. just minutes from Target Field for a pre- or post-game meal. Perfect prime rib. I can tell you that's a fact. Serving steaks, chops, fresh seafood. You could even net your own trout from the Jack's Garden Stream. Have it prepared for you minutes later. It's always great to read live spots with children crawling around on their hands and knees, sneak it up on you. That's a thrill. You can enjoy happy hour in the bar and on the award-winning patio Wednesday through Sunday. Private party rooms from $25 to $275, which is perfect for weddings, groom's dinners, business dinners, or all celebrations. Weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. Jack's the godfather of Northeast. It's time for Wellshire and Dementia Care Facilities. Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities. Wellshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities are a place where your loved one will live with pride and dignity. I've known these guys for 40 years, and they are not lying. They take care of their people. If you care deeply about someone in your life, Wellshire is the place I highly recommend because I've known them for so long. Wellshire is a memory care-focused facility that has a full nursing team, always staffed within the building 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They have never used or relied on any staffing agencies. Wellshire of Medina is now accepting elderly waivers after 12 months of private pay. I know them personally. They're a family-owned local company conveniently located right in Medina and Bloomington. They're the best staffed memory care facility in the state. Wellshire has a robust community with activities 7 days a week. If your loved one is in need of a memory care facility, please get in touch with my friends at Wellshire. Set up a tour or learn more at wellshiremn.com. That's WEALSHIREMN.com.
Have you ever seen a squawk stairs? Well, look at mine. The people on the street have all seen better times.
Andy, I have to ask you a question because I've gotten a lot of, because we are getting so more, our downloads have quadrupled in the last couple of weeks because of Andy's fine effort, knowing how to promote things. It is a fine effort. You know what I'm saying. Now I lost track of what I was thinking about. I still get stuff on X like saying I try to connect and it just won't do it. What are they doing wrong?
I have no idea.
Because the guy did call back and say that his wife went out to the car and said, "I'll do it." And of course,
Connecting it to the car,
she
that sort
got
of
it
thing.
to work. Yeah.
So that's all on his Bluetooth. How his Bluetooth is set up. Probably.
Every car is slightly different.
Oh,
There's
okay.
really no way to tutorialize that because, I have a car and it only works if it's plugged in, like a cable. So it uses Bluetooth for talking, but then if I want to play audio, I have to plug it in to USB. Mm-hmm. Melissa's phone will play things through Bluetooth without them being plugged in. Mm-hmm. So 2 cars, completely different ways of setting them up. What in the hell?
What the hell was that, Tom? Nice clearance you got there. All right, well, good. So, because I was, going to...
Yeah, if you're looking to get your Android Auto or whatever set up, or even if you have a car pre-Android Auto, but it's just Bluetooth audio, honestly, the best way would be to look up the make and model of your car on YouTube for a tutorial.
Yep.
That's the best thing we can say.
Yep.
Magnificent is all I have to say.
You had basketball questions for Sage, remember?
Yeah. What's wrong with
Basketball
you?
is the orange one, right?
Yes.
It's the big orange one. Yep, it's the big orange one.
The orange
He's currently
ball.
wearing a shirt with dinosaurs playing basketball.
Hey, that's awesome.
Oh, you are? I didn't even notice that.
I could have worn a Michael Jordan or Anthony Edwards jersey.
Or
Michael Jordan.
who's
Michael
the
Jordan.
Raptors jersey you have?
Vince Carter.
It's Carter.
So what Timberwolves do you have?
I only have Anthony Edwards, 3 of his jerseys.
Oh, 3 of them,
Three?
though.
Yeah,
Okay.
Big shot.
And 1 pair of shorts for them.
Sage, I want you to do me a favor and not curse them like I did. Because when I was your age, 6 years old, I started watching the Minneapolis Lakers basketball team. And by the time 1960 rolled around, just 4 years later, the Minneapolis Lakers moved to Los Angeles and became the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yes.
So what are you going to do if that happens to you like it happened to me?
I have no idea. I do not know what you're talking about right now. I do not understand your meaning.
What I'm talking about is they do move franchises. You know that, right?
Wait, so if the Timberwolves move to another state,
Yeah, they
or-
could be like the Utah Timberwolves or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that does not ring a bell.
That doesn't ring
It
a
could
bell.
happen. It
could
could happen.
It could happen.
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea. I would just still cheer for the team.
Oh, you would?
Yeah.
See,
So-
I tried that for a while. L.A. Lakers, my Minneapolis Lakers game, L.A. Lakers, and I tried, but as a 7, 8, 9-year-old kid, it just didn't work. Well, I suppose I was 8 or 9 when they moved.
So we didn't have a professional basketball team for
30 years,
30 years.
something like that.
Was it
'Cause the
89 they came back?
the Timberwolves were born the same year as me.
There you go.
Oh,
89.
wow.
Really?
Yep.
They're
There
that
you
new?
go.
Yep.
What matters about that?
A shot at
Wow.
mom.
My goodness.
A shot at mom. What do you think of that action?
Yeah.
Works for me. But no, it's we'll keep an eye on the Timberwolves, see how they're doing. I don't follow basketball or hockey, even college basketball, because the Minnesota Gophers are one of the worst basketball teams I've ever watched in my life.
And the Minnesota Twins.
The Twins they lost again last night, from what I
I
understand.
know, but like couple games ago, they were winning 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I don't know the other scores because I just checked. and
Well, the other
it's
scores were
2-1,
very big numbers. 11, 9.
17.
They've been giving up some huge numbers out on that diamond.
Well, the Twins are currently the 4th worst in the American League.
Yeah, there you go.
So
Fourth
there's
worst.
that.
Who's worse than we are?
The Orioles.
Oh, yeah, the Orioles
The
are
White
terrible.
Sox are god awful
Yeah,
this
they're
year.
god-awful.
Apparently, .313. That's pretty bad. Yeah, they have lost 55 games.
Already?
Oh,
Yes.
man.
Yep.
Oh, that's
and
tough.
then the Athletics, whoever those are.
Oakland.
Oh, I thought they were just called the A's.
The A's, yeah. Well, technically, it's,
Well, it's
the
not Oakland
Athletics.
anymore.
It's
They're not
not?
in Oakland anymore. No. They
okay.
moved.
To where?
Really?
What is some small town?
Outer space.
Alameda or something.
Yeah, I think it was something like that. But this baseball stadium's kind of cool. It's not big enough to be a major league stadium, but
They don't have a
It's just
location.
the
They're
Athletics.
just the Athletics.
they don't have a location yet.
They're based in West Sacramento, California.
Right,
But they're not
right.
like the Sacramento, California Athletics. They're
No.
just the Athletics. I
Wow.
didn't even know they could do that.
I
Yeah.
didn't either.
Yeah, no city name is attached. That has to be like the only team that's like that right now.
Well, I would think so.
Well, let's see. Let's look at the MLB standings.
Either state or city.
Slamming
yeah.
doors next door. Holy
Yeah,
buckets.
Someone. Yeah, it's I don't know. Everyone else has a location attached to them except for the Athletics. Huh.
God, I have never heard of that
They're the
before.
stateless Athletics.
Where do they practice? What?
Sacramento.
Sacramento. Sorry,
They're-
Sarah's
they're-
asking me.
So they
for
moved
passwords.
basically across the street from Oakland to
Yes.
Sacramento.
Yeah.
But they don't want to be associated with Sacramento, I guess.
Sacramento or Oakland anymore.
Well, I mean, how many baseball teams does Minnesota or does California have?
A lot.
They've got the Dodgers, they got the Giants, they got the Athletics,
The Angels.
the Angels. Wait, yeah,
Well, it's like basketball teams. There
yeah.
are
So
4
Los Angeles
professional basketball teams?
has 2.
Los Angeles has 2 basketball teams too.
Yep.
That's insane.
They have 2 hockey teams.
If you're from Los Angeles, who do you root for?
I know. How do you pick?
Because usually it's like, whatever was closest to where I was born, that's the
Yeah.
one I like. But
Yeah,
it's
how do
like,
you pick?
yeah, or it's like
The more successful one.
if you're from New York. I mean, New York's got like 73 billion teams.
Yep.
Which ones do you care about? I always wonder.
No, I don't know.
Or if you're like from North Dakota, which I think has 0 teams at
There's
all.
0
Yep.
professional.
Like who do you
teams,
root
yeah.
for? Does South Dakota have any?
Nope.
No.
So they would have to be Minnesota fans.
A lot
And
of
Iowa
doesn't have
have
anything.
any.
It's,
A lot of my wife's family is from South Dakota. They're huge Vikings fans.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say you just
that
have to
makes
choose
sense.
the closest.
That
Does
is true.
Idaho doesn't
Alabama,
have?
Alaska, Hawaii, Virginia, Kentucky. Actually, a lot of places don't have professional sports teams.
Kentucky? That's kind of surprising.
Well, they heard Joe was there, so they wanted to stay away
Exactly.
from
24 out of 50 states do not have a professional sports team.
Really?
Wild.
Well, the Kentucky Colonels, they were an ABA team, weren't
Yeah, I think so.
they? I think.
Well, that's not
What the hell's ABA?
professional.
American basketball.
That's like
instead of
minor
national
league
basketball.
Well, that's like
Kentucky
there's
Colonels
the
went
Iowa
away.
Hawks, right?
Iowa Hawks.
Iowa Wild.
The Hawkeyes is
This is a college
college
team.
team, yeah.
Don't they have a minor league something.
Oh yeah, minor leagues absolutely they do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose every town in the world has a minor league team.
That's true.
I think our town has a minor league team.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I mean,
no, it's
You
Watertown.
you have a town team.
Well,
Yeah,
St.
that's
Paul,
different.
Which is different.
St. Paul
I was gonna say
is-
St. Paul Saints are like
That's the
That's
AAA
the-
affiliate
yeah.
for the Twins.
Yeah.
Does they have the same owners, or do they? Does the team
I
own them now?
don't know.
can you imagine
any
if
idea.
Hawaii had a professional sports team?
Oh, the travel.
how they'd have to travel.
They'd have to
That would be
fly all
great.
the way out here, and then people would have to
No.
fly to
Yep.
them.
Like
There's
not
just,
worth it.
No,
yeah, and
it'd be a
if you're in
nightmare.
Hawaii, do you just not care about sports?
I
Like,
imagine they probably don't.
Yeah, like it's
The
just not a
closest
thing.
baseball game is played 4,000 miles away. It's
Yeah.
like they'd care about baseball. Well, I was going to say they'd care about baseball as much as Japanese people, but
Japanese
actually,
people love baseball.
actually, a lot of Hawaiians probably do like baseball because there's a lot of Japanese people there.
yeah, Japanese people love baseball.
They sure do. They have.
And there's
for
a lot
decades.
aren't there a decent amount of professional Japanese baseball players?
Well, you mean like in the Nihon League? Because they have their own league.
Yeah, they have their
Yeah.
own. Yeah.
Well, the highest paid player in American baseball now is a Japanese guy.
Yes, Shohei Ohtani.
Yep,
Yeah.
Ohtani.
Yeah.
He
Yep.
pitches, he hits, he does. That guy can do anything with a baseball.
What
He
does
can.
he?
He
Who does he
pitches.
play for?
The Dodgers.
Dodgers.
The Dodgers.
He
I say
sta-
I can see his face, but I
He
can't.
started with the Angels, the Angels,
Oh, did
I
he?
think, and then
Oh, I
went to
didn't
the
know that.
Dodgers.
See, Nippon Professional Baseball has 12 teams in it, and it's been around since 1949.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, there you
well,
go. It's almost as I mean,
love
how many
baseball.
MLB teams are there?
MLB,
Let's see.
32,
32 or
30.
33.
30.
So they
Okay.
have about a third of our teams, but they also probably have about a third of our population, huh? So hey,
Indeed.
I
That's great
think
for-
it's Diamond Baseball Holdings, and I'm just checking to see if Mike Beck is still part of that.
yeah, they do have
Diamond
about a
Baseball
third of our
Holdings.
population. So per capita, baseball is about as popular here as it is in Japan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We were supposed to go to the game today, but it looks like it's probably going to end up
It's gonna
being.
pour
They
all
said it's
Warned
going
out.
to
Yeah,
heavy
rained out.
storm.
all
Yeah, we have
day.
severe weather
Yeah.
watch.
Yep.
We've had a bunch of severe
I
weather
know.
watches this
Fawn's
winter, and it's
fault.
turned into nothing.
I know.
Way to
How
go,
many-
Fawn.
Anytime.
Have you had like tornado sirens going off in your town and then nothing happened?
No, in Prior Lake and I think Shakopee, they went off that one day. But did you hear what happened in North Dakota this weekend?
Wind?
Yes, the winds were hurricane force winds.
Hurricane force winds.
That's a pretty safe bet in North Dakota.
And they had like 4 tornadoes
Yeah.
going on, like around Western Fargo at
See,
the
the funny
same
thing
time.
is, I actually didn't know what you were talking about. I just guessed wind because
Yeah.
that's what North Dakota has.
What
a lot
else is
of.
there?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I lived in Grand Forks and Fargo both, and you can get some wind in North Dakota.
Well, it's
I
because it's so
just-
there's no trees and it's all
It's so
flat.
flat.
Nothing
Yeah.
blocks. That's what caused the Dust Bowl. Actually, is
Yep.
people were
Yeah.
cutting down trees for more farmland, but then it turns out trees block wind. Who knew?
Well, look at that.
Yep.
Well, that's like every time I go visit my friend in Fargo, it's usually in the winter, and it's just
Oh
like
God, yeah.
drifts of snow everywhere. I'm like,
Well,
wow.
remember out in Dayton, we get like 6-foot high snow drifts because
Yeah.
it was very open.
Yes.
So the wind hit that snow and just piled it up, and yeah, it was good stuff.
Yeah, that's. Did you see some of the pictures of Bemidji?
Oh yeah. Yep.
That town was devastated.
Indeed.
Bemidji? Huh.
We'll take a break, be right back and talk more about that. I want to catch up on I need some advice for a movie tonight because it's my last night without Nana. So I want to watch a movie. But anyway, we'll talk about that when we get back.
Okay.
Some suggestions. Let me tell you about my bank. That'd be North American Banking Company. When it comes to banking, it's all about trust, and that's what you get with them. They've been around since 1998. They've always made it clear they're here to give you a better banking experience with a focus on the local community. And you won't be dealing with some AI chatbot. You'll get straight answers and quick decisions from real people that know you and your situation and are always ready to help. So if you're tired of the big national banks and want something better, stop by and see my friends at North American Banking Company. Visit nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Oh, I got this already.
Yes.
Oh, my God. Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, Twin Cities Savers Online Summer Auction. It starts, it started last Friday, actually, on June 20th. It ends tomorrow at 8 p.m. on June 26th. Visit scorenorth.com, enter keyword auction to view and bid on items. Save up to 70% off retail prices, tens of thousands of dollars in items up for grabs. You can go with the garage store systems from Gator Magnetics, Compass Cart, and Rack System. A 40-foot shipping container. Yes, indeed, a 40-foot ship. How would you haul a 40-foot shipping container?
I pull a 37-foot camper.
Oh, do
with
you
my
really?
truck.
Oh,
yeah.
my God, that's amazing. Family getaways to Camp Dole's, private golf lessons to up your game, aquatic reed removal for your lake, and more. Here's the deal. Visit scorenorth.com and enter keyword auction to view, bid, and win. Just click it, bid it, and win it. Why pay full price when you can save up to 70%? Oh, I got to read this one more time because of North American Banking Company. Kristyn Burt was not here entertaining you with news.
No.
Brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. So last night I watched a lot of like old television. I
Didn't
watched
take any of Kristyn's recommendation.
What'd you say, Annie?
Old television.
Old television. That's exactly right.
I have to tell you the conversation we had on the way here, though. Sorry.
yeah.
Oh, here
Sorry.
we go.
We had a chance. There was your car was like with us the entire time almost that we were driving here.
Oh.
And I had seen it, and the kids hadn't seen it because it was behind us. And I thought I was like, oh, that's Dad's car. And like, it was just weird that it was with it, like exited the same exit. It turned where we turned. And Sage was like, oh no, Fawn said, what if that's Bop Bop's car? And Sage was like, no, when it passed us, it was an old lady. And then Fawn was like, not an old Bop Bop.
Oh.
And then,
No, Mom said.
oh, I said not an old Bop Bop?
Yeah.
Okay. And then it was in front of us, and then Sage goes, oh, no, Fawn, it was you. She was like, oh, it's not him, he's not tailgating.
Yeah. Sage
Throw-
said that.
Sage
Throwing
says,
Bop
okay,
Bop
I don't
under
know.
the bus.
Under the bus,
Yeah,
totally.
you tailgate a lot, Papa.
I do not tailgate anyone.
Yes, you did.
You're cracked. You've never even
Anyone
ridden
who-
in my car.
Yes, I have.
No,
Yes.
you haven't.
No, you've
Um,
never ridden in the
have.
car while Bop Bop's been driving.
No.
Oh yeah.
No?
But
Because it's unsafe.
Nice try.
Well,
Oh,
Yeah, it's unsafe.
you've driven behind us plenty of times, and they're like,
Oh,
why is
God.
Bop Bop so close to us? And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's what he does.
Too bad you have to leave by 11:05, huh?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. All right, so is there a movie, I don't care how old it is, new it is, whatever.
Have you seen the,
Going to G.
what?
I said gibberish words.
Going to
sure
G.
do.
Going to G.
She's just the same word.
Going to J,
Have you
J,
watched
J.
the new Murder on the Orient Express?
Oh, the
Ooh,
new
I
one,
want
no?
to watch
Oh.
that so bad, but I watch can't. it.
It's like 2 years old.
Yeah.
I have seen
I
it.
want
It's
to
really
watch
good.
it.
I like that guy. What's his name?
I don't know.
That plays Poirot.
Poirot. Good question.
Yeah, that's good. It is
Film
good.
2017. Poirot is played by Kenneth Branagh.
Oh, Kenneth Branagh. Yeah, that makes
I don't
sense.
know who that is.
He's a very good actor.
I haven't seen it, but it's on my list of movies that I want to see
You know,
because
I have
I've
been
heard it's
watching.
good.
I watched a Marlon Brando movie, The Chase, a few days ago, which was an
That was-
absolutely fantastic movie. He was maybe the best of all time.
He had a way of
He certainly did.
acting. You know, it's those guys back then, the Newmans, the McQueens, Brandos. They could tell the story with their eyes and never say a word.
Yep, that's very true.
Well, I got you beat.
What?
Let's see. Make sure the name of the movie is correct. We watched Calamity Jane
Oh, that's an old one.
during the weekend, 1953.
Wow.
It was in Technicolor, so that's pretty cool.
Technicolor.
But
No
yeah,
question.
the way that they acted in that movie was very corny.
Oh, yeah.
Very,
Yeah.
very corny. Having Doris Day going, give me a sarsaparilla over here. It's like, she was literally doing like a pirate, like a Long John Silver, like, I just shot me an engine. And it's like, no one is buying this. I'm sorry.
That's weird. Have you seen Split?
Split.
What is that?
It's like the
2016? The
it's
Shyamalan
older.
movie?
It's an M. Night Shyamalan movie,
Oh, I
but it
usually like
has
him.
what's the guy?
What guy?
The,
James McAvoy? Anya Taylor-Joy?
no,
Betty
James
Buckley?
McAvoy.
Okay.
McAvoy. That's how he says it.
It's McAvoy, yep.
James McAvoy is in it, and he is he's got dissociative personality disorder. Isn't that what they call it now?
DID, yeah.
Yeah. Instead of what was it used to be called? Multiple personality
Multiple
disorder.
personality,
No,
yep.
it's dissociative personality disorder, and it's so good. If you haven't seen it, I think you would really like it.
It's called what?
Split.
Split. And you know where it's available?
No.
Let's see.
That's another
Andy
thing.
can figure it out.
I can.
But it's really wild. I have seen it twice because I liked it so much. Because I thought I just think it's fascinating because he has different personalities. Like some of them are women, some of them are.
Amazon Prime, it looks like.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Through Max, if you have that,
Yeah,
or you can just
absolutely.
buy it. Or
No, they do line them up.
I think you would like it because it's like a thriller.
Called Split.
Split.
right.
Yes, and James McAvoy is so good
he's a
in
good
it.
actor.
Like he's so good because he plays the person he plays has I think like 25 personalities or something, and so he goes in and out of all these different things, and his performance is amazing.
I have to ask everybody a question here, and I'm not condemning Netflix or anything like that, but I think that Prime Video, because they have all those other channels under them now, like Netflix does, has phenomenal programming, and Netflix is just not as good. They have some good things on there,
No.
like Full Swing.
Ooh.
Full Swing.
He's excited for the new season
Sweet.
to come out.
But yeah, what is happening to these channels? Like I said, Prime does a good job. You can find movies that are 60 years old on Prime.
Well, I will say
Netflix.
Prime, for like younger programming, doesn't have
Yeah.
that much interesting stuff. Like it had
No,
Tumbleleaf,
I could see that.
Tumbleleaf
which
was
I
good.
love Tumbleleaf. Tumbleleaf. That's like one of my favorite children's
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
love
a
it.
good
I
one.
love
shows.
it. Boo.
Okay,
No Tumbleweed?
you're just being a devil's advocate.
I don't like it.
Whatever, man. But yeah, like as far as what kids want, like my kids never watch Amazon Prime ever. I don't.
Oh, I
think.
suppose not.
No.
It's more aimed at older people.
No, but I
think.
mean, like Netflix has a ton of kids programming. Disney Plus, obviously.
Right.
Even Apple TV has a lot of kids programming. We don't have Apple TV, but I know that it does.
I thought you did have Apple TV. Oh,
We have an Apple, like the device, but we don't pay for. Oh, it's Apple TV Plus or whatever. That's like their subscription
Yeah.
service. We don't have that.
if you're a fan of sequels or a fan of old movies, whatever. If you're a fan of sports, you're a fan of a lot of things. Watching TV now costs about what, 50 grand a year?
I know.
My God, is it
It's
expensive?
terrible.
We have a couple. I think we have Netflix, Disney Plus, and I think that's it. And it's
You probably have Prime since you.
well, we have Amazon Prime just by default.
Yeah. Like that's just.
But
you
we
all
don't
have
actually
it.
watch that much on Amazon
I know. That's
Prime.
how. I just watched something on Prime for the first time in a while. I was like, oh, there's actually something interesting on Prime. What was it?
There's stuff on Amazon all the time. It's just, do you want to spend the money to watch it, to rent it, or
Well, that's the
buy
thing
it?
is there's a
Yeah.
lot of stuff that isn't like on Prime. You have to buy it or rent it, and it's fine. But I mean, we have so much other crap. Why bother? I suppose.
Yeah.
And also, 99% of what we watch is rated G at this point anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like, PBS Kids is largely good enough.
Yep.
PBS Kids is awesome. Oh, I watched that Etoile show. It was like a ballet
Yeah.
show. Oh, and that Better Sister show that I really liked was on Prime too. Yeah.
No, it's
See, I thought when they blew up like that, there's going to be so much great stuff I can't watch it all, and that's not the case at
It's
all.
not.
There's a
case.
lot of. Have you watched
There's
that?
a lot of good stuff,
Have
but-
you watched that on Prime? That Your Friends and Neighbors. It has John Hamm in it. You like John Hamm?
I like John Hamm. Yeah.
It's a show though. It's a series.
It's about Hollywood though, so I'm not big on
Not big on it?
Not big on Hollywood
What?
shows.
I thought it was about a. What?
I think it's about a guy. Doesn't he get a divorce or something, then moves to another house in L.A. and I don't know what's it.
Yeah, but it's like a thriller situation.
Is it?
Yeah.
I must not have gotten deep enough into it.
When Cooper oh wait, that's just the first episode. After being fired in disgrace, a hedge fund manager resorts to stealing from his neighbors' homes in an affluent Westmont village, only to discover that the secrets hidden behind the wealthy facades might be more dangerous.
Might be more dangerous. I haven't gotten that deep. Maybe I will start watching it because I haven't gotten that deep.
Yeah,
into
and
it.
you like John Hamm.
I
And
do like
Olivia
him, yeah.
Olivia Munn is in it. She's good.
She's good.
Amanda Peet, she's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched it, but
Okay, what's it called again?
Your Friends and Neighbors.
Your Friends
it
and
seems
Neighbors,
like
yeah,
a show
right.
that you would like. If I were
first
just
two
look-
episodes were okay, but he's good, but everybody else in it is not very good.
Oh, really?
So maybe it gets better as
Sometimes
it goes
it
along.
takes a couple episodes, especially because
It
it's a
does.
brand new show. But there's so much brand new television all the time. You know what you?
Oh, here we go.
Oh boy.
You know what you would? You'd
Don't
either,
say the Twins game.
No, you'd either really like it or not like it at all, and I can't decide which one. The Residents.
Don't know that one.
A murder happens in the White House, and like I don't like anything political at all, but it
right.
wasn't political. Like there wasn't any politics really mixed in. It just somebody ended up dead at the White House, and they bring in like the Washington D.C. Police Department brings in this like special detective that can solve crimes that nobody else can solve, and she is just like such a fun character, and it was really, really well done. I loved it. It's called The Residents,
The Residents.
and I think you would like it.
And it's on what channel?
I have no idea.
Oh, we'll figure it out.
Netflix.
Netflix.
Oh, it is on Netflix.
Yeah, it's.
No wonder it didn't come
I
up.
thought it was really. I thought it was really, really well done. But my hairdresser recommended it to me, and I binged it, which I don't binge stuff usually,
Yeah.
and that I watched real quickly because I thought it was great, because it was like kind of funny, but it was a thriller, but it was interesting, but it was I don't know.
I'll give it a whirl.
I'd recommend
And once again, the name is
The Residents.
The Residents.
Yes.
Okay, good. Excellent. Do you guys have trouble finding shows to watch?
No.
Sometimes,
really.
yeah.
Do you?
But Cheryl is different. She does not get into the gory stuff. You know, she wouldn't even touch Reacher with me.
Oh, right, yeah.
You know, she's
Reacher's
like,
pretty gory.
do you have to kill everybody? I'm like,
mean-
sometimes you do.
That guy's the same size you are. She's
He's
just love
smaller
it.
than I
Yeah,
am.
he's smaller than you are.
Yeah, in
That's
real
true.
life, he's actually not that big.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
only
is he?
six.
The way that they
He's
film it
only
makes him look.
6'2". Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was bigger than that.
No, he like the way they film it makes him look.
It does-
I've
it
never
does,
seen
you're
it, but
right.
I think Kristyn talked about it once.
Yeah.
And she's like the way that they film it makes it seem like he's this huge guy, but he's
Yeah.
actually not
They,
that big.
they do that in the Mission Impossible
That's
movies
weird.
with Tom Cruise.
Well, yeah,
Because Tom Cruise is so
It's
small.
minuscule,
He's
yeah.
tiny.
What they do, they'll put him on apple boxes and they'll have low angle
Yeah.
shots
Yeah.
to make him
Yeah.
look really tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can make anyone look huge
Yeah.
with correct
Guys,
Tom-
you can't talk that loud.
camera trickery.
Tom Cruise actually played Jack Reacher in 2 movies.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
he did.
Yeah.
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 Like a long time ago, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's like my size. I know. Yeah, he's
Here's
a
what I
small
understand
guy.
about him. He does the same character every time. It's the same
Yeah.
Yeah,
character.
pretty much.
Yeah, that's
Except for
true.
like Risky Business, that was
Yeah,
like a little
bit.
Yeah.
different.
I suppose.
Yeah.
But that's the one that launched his career, wasn't it? Risky Business.
Pretty
That's where
I
that
think,
was his
yeah,
first
pretty
big
much.
one.
Probably.
That's
yeah.
what I thought,
But
yeah.
I think what really launched his career was Mission Impossible.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what made him into like an A-list ultra star.
The only movie I can ever think of that he did that was different was Born on the 4th of July.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Born in
Yep.
the
I
USA.
need that one more. The Resident.
The Residents.
Residents.
Because it's about the like it happened
The
in
whole
the
thing.
Residents.
Why not watch Resident Evil?
I gotta
You
tell-
could.
I gotta tell some
Or
about.
Split. If you want to watch a movie, watch Split. Seriously, I think you would. If you haven't seen it yet, you might watch it and be like, "Oh,
Split.
I've already seen this." But if you want to watch a movie, please watch it and let me know
I'll
what
watch
you think.
Split.
Yes.
Okay, I can
Because
do
I
that.
think as somebody, I was fascinated by it because of like your dad's mental health situation.
Oh, yeah, I
So it
suppose.
was really interesting to me to like watch somebody that had such an interesting.
Yeah.
And then I went down a rabbit hole of DID and what it's like. And like there are people that have DID that like one of their
No,
personalities.
what is that?
Dissociative
Identity
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 disorder,
disorder,
which is
okay,
like
yes.
multiple personalities.
Yep.
There are people with DID that like one of their personalities needs insulin
Really?
and none of the other personalities do. And like they need one of their personalities needs glasses and none of the other personalities do. Like they have to go to a doctor and get things for the specific personality. Like that's how powerful your brain is.
So I have personality shifts.
You do.
I do. There's no question about it. Some people are like, hey, great to see you. And the other people's like, get the hell away from me. There's my personality shift.
Yeah, I don't know. I just find it fascinating because like there's one part in the movie where they show his bathroom and there's like 17 toothbrushes.
Oh, yeah.
Because all
Yep.
of his personalities
Yep.
have different toothbrushes.
So he
Like,
brushes his teeth 17 times.
No, I think it's like depending on who he is at that
moment.
time
Okay,
is like
okay.
this is
Well,
my
because his
toothbrush.
teeth don't get dirty when his personality changes, so it's like, oh,
Yeah.
teeth are good.
Yeah.
Good to go.
I was never told this, but I noticed when I took the job at Grand Forks, North Dakota back in the day, I moved in with the engineer because he had a bedroom open in his house. So it was him, his buddy, and then me in the 3-bedroom place. Hey, you got to pipe down, buddy. You can't talk that loud. But now I forgot what I was going to say.
Sorry.
Okay,
Somebody
let's
opened up
see.
a room in their house when you were in Grand Forks.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. His buddy, and I don't know what this is all about, but I noticed after 6-7 days of living with him, he had this routine that went on all day of things he would touch. And he always had to touch them
That's
in
obsessive
order.
compulsive
Yes,
disorder.
that is OCD.
I got a little bit of that.
Textbook of
Do you
OCD.
really? I mean, every day he had to touch the same things in sequence. Mm-hmm. So what is he achieving by doing that?
It's just his mental state. He has
Really?
to do these things.
Well, a lot of it is like if I don't switch the lights on and off 15 times,
yeah, yep.
my mom will die.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
they
God.
talk themselves into these like habits that they're like, I have to do this to keep my loved ones alive, or like from my house exploding, like a lot of that. And then there's things that it's just like, you know, specific OCD of like, I'm afraid of germs, and so I have to wash my hands like 7 times after I go to the
Yeah,
bathroom
right,
because
there's
if
a
I
lot of
don't,
that.
I'll get sick and I'll
Yep.
die. Like,
For me, it's something so trivial as looking at light switches. They all have to be the same direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, they.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, our house was
Oh, yeah.
wired up by I don't know who, but half of them are upside down, so it's like you have to flip them down to make them turn on.
Oh, fun. geez.
That sort of thing, and that bothers me, but not quite enough to rewire
do
them.
anything about it, yeah.
But I mean, I could if I wanted to.
We've got a bank of 3, and they all have to be up or down.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's like,
Why don't you just wire them so they're one switch?
well, because
Problem
one
solved.
does the kitchen, one does the.
Well, but if they all have to be the same direction, then it's functionally like one switch, right?
Well, the next house will just be buttons.
like from the 1920s when you press a button to turn
Yeah,
the lights
exactly.
on. Yep.
I got to tell you guys this because we're going to break in about 1 minute, but it just happened to me yesterday. I want to bring it up. Catherine and I are going to move in about a month, maybe a little less than a month, to a townhome. We're going to start doing these podcasts from part of that home. It has a separate entrance, so you don't even have to go in the house. It's a lot closer for you,
No.
as a matter of fact. But yesterday, I went over there and checked. They got the roof done. They re-roofed the entire thing before
nice.
we moved in, and that's really wonderful. So I pull out, and I look across at there's a business in on the corner there of Minnetonka Boulevard and whatever that is, 101, I guess.
101 is
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
one that goes down.
Yeah.
Bushaway Road. Yeah.
So I'm looking at this, and I went, my God, I used to go in that place like 35 years ago. I walk in, and there's a couple of people there just kind of hanging out and doing all the rest of it. And I could tell there was somebody in the men's room. So as this person gets out of the men's room, he walks out. I've known this guy for 50 years, something like that. He walks out, sees me, and starts crying.
Oh dear.
It was very sweet.
Oh, MM? Initials MM?
No, that could be one of them, though. That could be.
I know what you're talking
You
about.
know who I'm talking, because they said you go in there.
Yep.
It is MM. You're
Yep.
absolutely right. And he literally started crying.
He's
It
a
was
great
so
guy.
sweet. Well, he was my brother's best friend.
Yep. That's I've heard him talk about that several times.
What's amazing about MM is that he still gets pissed off to this day that Troy didn't figure that out. That he ended up dying very young because he couldn't figure something out. But I've known MM. I bet you I've known him 55 years now.
I bet.
Marshall Mathers?
Yeah.
Andy, that is exactly where I was too. In my head, I was like, it's Marshall
It's a
Mathers.
generational thing, I think.
Yes.
So when do you go in there?
Whenever I can. I love that place.
I know, it's great.
It's just me being me. I have that. I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but I have that air about me that I'm not taking your crap.
Well, yeah, there's
but
no
they,
question.
they give me the crap, and it's I give it back, and it's just the best. They're
Yeah,
the
it is.
nicest people. 99% of the people that come in there are just phenomenal guys. It's just the coolest thing ever.
I would agree. The only thing I would warn Catherine is when I do go over and visit you guys over there, whether I do or not, I'm going to come home smelling like a cigar.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
guarantee you that.
Yep.
So I will be smelling like a cigar, but it'd be just to see those guys again.
Yep.
And,
It's
boy,
so
I spent
nice
a
in the
lot of time
summertime
there.
because you sit out front and it's beautiful. You're out of the sun. It's
Yep.
it's perfect right there.
You know what's so great about that, too, is Meat Sauce from K-Fan. He was a helper there when he was like 16 years
Yep.
old.
I worked there for a little bit. I had
Oh,
trouble.
I didn't know you worked there.
I had trouble reading the cigar bands.
Oh,
so it's
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's just, Mike, this isn't working for me, man.
It all works
And
out
my
in the
my
end
wife
eventually.
hates that too, that I come home smelling like a stove.
Yeah, yeah, and
it's a
when
very
you go
strong
near
smell.
one, you are going to smell like a
Yes.
cigar going in
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
It was wonderful to see you. MM was great to see you yesterday. I'll see you a lot more. Like I said, it's right across the street from my new house.
I know exactly where you're at then.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know exactly where you're at.
Magnificent. We'll take a break, be right back. Schmooze on about the wonderful things happening. So the weather's going to be terrible. Oh, look at Alex's background. Oh, it's raining in here.
Leaning into it. I love a rainy day.
Leaning into
Yeah,
the
I don't
weather.
mind rain. I just, means you can't do any projects outside, but still.
I don't really like walking around in it. It's too cold.
It's not cold. It's 70 degrees.
I brought an umbrella.
So I'm talking about
did bring
the water is not 70 degrees when it comes out of the sky.
Rarely.
It's not
It's hot.
that bad.
It is nowhere near that nice. That's all I have to say. We'll take a quick break, be right back. More news and stuff. But again, it's like lifestyle stuff today. I like that. We're talking about different lifestyles and what do you want to do here, there. I love that kind of stuff.
Cool.
Back in a couple of seconds, ladies and gentlemen. South Dakota is one of the most business-friendly states in the country, and there's no better place to settle down and take advantage of these incentives than in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Catherine and I are going there, I think, in August. We're going to go for a 4-day weekend. Looking forward to it. As the state's largest city with a metro population over 290,000, Sioux Falls has low business costs with a high quality of life. There's no state, corporate, or personal income tax, no inheritance tax, and no limits to what your business can achieve. South Dakota ranks among the top 10 states in the U.S. for tax friendliness, hardest working, healthcare and doctors, most popular to move to, inbound state for movers, spotlights on Sioux Falls, listed in the 50 best places to live for families, the fastest growing Midwest metro, one of the best places to raise a family, one of the best small cities for Gen Z workers, national fourth top inbound city people move to. So how does South Dakota stack up against other states? We rank second in the nation for the lowest cost of doing business. The most, so it might have something to do with taxes. Maybe. Just maybe. The most business-friendly state and the best business tax climate. There it is. And as South Dakota's biggest city, Sioux Falls is at the center of these benefits. Visit www.siouxfallsdevelopment.com. Let me tell you about my bank. That, of course, is North American Banking Company. I've been with Bilski now about 900 years. When it comes to banking, it's all about trust, and that's what you get with them. They've been around since 1998. They've always made it clear they're here to give you a better banking experience with a focus on the local community, and you won't be dealing with some AI chatbot. You'll get straight answers and quick decisions from real people that know you and your situation and are always ready to help. So if you're tired of being the big national banks and want something better, stop by and see my friends at North American Banking Company. Visit nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. So what's going on? I try to watch the Twins. I watched last night until I guess they were down 5-0 at one point. Mm-hmm. Went back and checked the score, and they had tied it up at 5-5, but they still lost.
They
6-5.
still lost. Yeah, Duran, he collapsed.
He did again?
Yeah, he pegged Polanco and no, I can't remember the other guy's name, but
What happened to him? Duran used to be unhittable.
I know. Well, I think
I don't
people are
get it.
getting used to hitting 105 mile per hour.
Well, maybe.
Fastballs.
I suppose that must be it because he could shut everybody
Okay,
down.
he
It
was
wonderful.
He was phenomenal.
I do miss my Twins. I still tune. Oh, what's that face?
No.
What?
Sage has something exciting to tell you, but it's not about the Twins.
Sage what? What?
He doesn't even know.
Oh,
That's really exciting.
I do have something to say though. Kevin Durant got traded to the Houston Rockets.
He did?
He did
Yeah.
this morning?
No, like a couple days ago.
Oh, was it 2
he
days
got
ago?
Traded to the. Like a couple days ago,
Who?
he got traded to the Houston Rockets.
Oh.
Kevin Durant from the Suns to the Houston Rockets.
That is not what I was going to say, but that is interesting. That is interesting.
Wait,
What
I said
happened?
that.
The kids had their first track meet last night,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
Right? And Fawn, what races did you do?
I did the 100 and 400, but I was signed up for the 200, but I never did it because it was like
It was too late.
It started at like 9. No, it started right after the 400, but
But you were in
I
like
was
one of
too
the
tired.
last heats because it goes stage.
she was in the last day.
The last heat. So yeah, she would have run it at like 9:15, and we were like, we
Yeah.
need to go home and go to
Yeah,
bed.
I don't know about
So,
that.
Fawn, have you ever come in anywhere other than last place?
Yeah.
She thought
Yeah.
about that. Like, what's this jerk trying to say? Was Bop Bop picking on you?
The events that I did
Yes.
was I did the 100, 400, and mile.
How fast was your mile time?
7 minutes 26
That's
seconds.
faster than me.
Really?
Yeah, I can't do a 7:26 mile.
I know, isn't that wild?
My
I'm
lungs-
like,
my
that's
lungs give
faster
out.
than most adults can run a mile.
My PR
Oh, yeah.
used to be 8:26, so I beat my PR by exactly 1 minute.
Huh.
Nice.
Yeah, I remember
I-
doing the mile when I was a kid, and my lungs would hurt for 3 days afterwards.
Both of my kids
What?
are
Baby.
really good at running.
I'm very
They're built
fast.
for it.
I've always been a very fast
Like-
runner, but I'm not a good endurance runner.
They're good at like distance.
I'm
is
good at
their
sprints.
yeah, their
Yeah.
strength is distance. Like Fawn did the mile in school, and she
I beat everybody except for this one mean person, but
he's not mean. He's just a tiny bit faster than you.
I always say first is the worst, second is the best, third is the one with the poopy treasure chest.
The poopy treasure chest, yes.
It was a regular
And
treasure
Fawn
chest when I was a
and
kid.
Fawn was
When-
second,
when
and my boy was third.
we were a
and my
kid,
boy
it was
first.
hairy,
Hairy
chest.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, was it
Third
hairy
is the one
chest?
with the hairy chest.
I discovered something
I do
yesterday, as long as you're
poopy
talking about athletics.
What?
I did not know this, but it's happened to me 3 times, and I finally checked, what is this all about? So yesterday, I ate a light lunch, didn't eat breakfast. I ate a light lunch and a light dinner. And I went out for a 5.5 mile walk.
Did you collapse from low blood sugar?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Had an apple juice and he was ready to go.
But I did not know something because this is the 3rd time it's happened to me. So I said, what is going on here? I ate very few calories. I walked 5.5 miles and actually gained 0.8 of a pound.
Well, that's what happens.
Water.
If you don't feed yourself
Yep.
enough, your body starts to retain as much as
Right.
it can because
Yep.
it's like we need something to survive.
Yep.
Like you need to fuel your body.
Yeah.
Yep.
But when you walk, don't walk slowly because it'll actually hold on to
Yeah.
weight.
Yeah.
Your
Walking's
body
very
will.
I'm gonna walk later today. I already lifted weights and then I ran out of
Oh,
time.
you got to go in the wet.
No, I'm gonna walk on my treadmill.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Then
yeah.
I was gonna do that.
What?
I was gonna do that, but I guess I'll just take a nap.
Good idea.
A lot of pressure on you.
You want
Got a
out?
lot of pressure.
Yeah, she slept until 9:30.
9:33.
9:33.
9:33.
And I
This
woke
morning.
up and I slept till 8:30.
Yeah.
3.
8:33.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
9:33.
There you have it. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting as you're going because I want to lose about 42 more pounds, get down to less than I was when I was 16 years old.
That's
Maybe-
Dad. We had this conversation.
What?
That's a bad idea.
Why?
Because if I, right now, tried to weigh as much as I did when I was 16, I would look emaciated
Yeah.
and I would be unhealthy.
I'd weigh like 130 pounds, I think. My
I would
waist
weigh,
I had a
oh.
28 waist when I was that age.
I'd weigh like
That's-
100 pounds.
Yeah. That's not a healthy amount of fat on
Do you think I should? Do you think I need to lose
No, I do not.
25 pounds right now?
I'm just, and I'm not in a hurry to do it like I
I-
used to be. I used to be in a hurry to lose weight, but now I'm not anymore.
Yeah.
So I got to
Good.
come
Well,
off when it comes off.
Don't you have to also like have reasonable expectations. Trying to weigh less than you did at 16 is not something that you should do
20
at-
maybe, but
in your
not
70s.
Yeah,
16.
but 20 is when I was big into powerlifting, so I weighed like 320
I
pounds.
think you
at
should
There you go.
just
Perfect goal.
I think you should just figure out what a
215,
healthy weight for somebody with your
Look up fat percentages and
bone
BMI
structure and all that stuff, and that would be
Go
a
from
good
there.
weight to be at, not any specific like, oh, when I was this age, I weighed this
Yeah.
much, because it's
So
like
probably 2.25, maybe not 250.
because
Yeah,
like,
you'd be really good at 2.25, 230.
2.25. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I don't have far to go then.
Yeah.
25, 30 pounds. That's it.
because you're going to be starving all the time and probably lightheaded most of the
I'm
time
starving,
if you try
man.
to weigh what you did at
I mean-
16.
For me, 280, 270, 280, I'm pretty trim at that.
Oh, absolutely,
You
you
know,
would be.
But it's like, holy buckets to get there anymore. I don't know if I can even get down that low anymore.
Well, and some people, like, it's healthy to have a certain amount of fat on you.
It is,
You don't
yeah.
need to be, unless you're, like, constantly managing exactly what you're eating according to your exercise to, like, have some very specific body composition, then that's something. But, like, for an average person, it's better to have a little fat and,
Yeah.
like, be able to live your life
Yeah, that's true.
and have fun and eat croissants.
Yep.
Any croissants?
Croissants? Yesterday I
chocolate
decided
croissants for me.
chocolate croissants for
Yeah.
Sage. Yesterday I decided the croissants are my favorite food.
You still have to be happy in what you're
actually-
doing. So
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if that's what I'm going to do, get down to 225, I've only got about 33 more pounds to lose,
yeah.
Yeah. Like just
which I
eating
could do very easily.
watermelon all the time to get a certain
Blech.
weight just doesn't.
I don't like watermelon.
You don't like
I
watermelon?
love watermelon. Any
Get
type
out.
of melon. I don't
Who eats any
like
melon?
any
No
type
melon.
of melon. No melon.
I
Some
don't like
people-
I don't like melons
No
either.
melon.
Listen, some people hate all melon.
Really?
I could take or leave most melon.
I
but
love
watermelon
melon.
is delicious. Fawn likes all melon.
Melon
Watermelon
is
or
amazing.
honeydew? Oh, I'm all over.
I
it.
don't like
Good honeydew.
any melon.
Honey's
I don't know why.
Blech, honeydew.
Good honeydew is really good. You can get bad honeydew or it's like crunchy and it doesn't
Yeah.
taste
No,
like
Yeah,
anything.
that's not
It's
I
not
don't
quite
like
ripe
that.
enough yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's not good.
I'm excited. I'm going to make a peach cobbler next weekend.
What's a peach cobbler?
I'm so excited. It's kind of like pie.
It's a shoe made out of
You'll
peach.
like
Have any
it.
of you seen my mom's marble gel nails?
Here, I'll put them. Sage picked what I did with my manicure.
Mine are
They're
metallic.
kind of blurry.
They're
There
blurry.
they
My
are.
weird background.
Yeah, it's freaking out.
Yeah, there we go.
All better.
Sage picked. I'm getting them redone next weekend to what
Sage.
Fawn
Shade's
chose.
on camera
Get
again.
Sage Rasmussen.
God, what a
He forgets.
goofball.
He forgets all the time.
Oh,
No,
he
I will
wants
give
to be
you
on camera.
5 tallies if you show up on this camera again.
Uh-oh.
Our tally's bad.
Yes.
Yes, if they get more than 20 tallies in 1 week, they
get the
lose
scourge?
privileges of things. But they also can earn dots, and dots are for like
Dots and tallies.
kind things that they did or like helpful things that they did. And if they get more than 10 dots, then they get like an extra fun thing.
Can't say the family name and exactly where they live, but there was a place in North Minneapolis. A friend of mine, the guy, it was a really good friend of mine when he got older, but his father told him, you got to do this, this, and this. And if he didn't do all his stuff, like staying healthy and helping mom and blah, 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 if he missed it like 2-3 weeks in a row, his father would take him outside and spank him in public.
Ooh.
That's what I should do if you guys don't finish your checklist every day.
Oh, spank
No!
Fonny in public.
Then I would
never do
hate
that.
you.
I would never do that.
I would hate
Yeah,
you.
my
Yeah.
brother's not like that.
I mean,
Was
fair.
that every?
I would be
every
like, Mom,
They both have short checklists they need to do every day. It's really not like an
read for
unreasonable.
20 minutes.
Everybody loves
Right.
Raymond. If you hate your parents
Leave
did the
the 20
right
minutes.
job. Did a
Yeah.
good job raising you.
That was a great show. No
I love
question
that
about it.
show.
It was a fun show. Even me as like a young person, I was
Yeah.
like, this show's funny.
It
Yep.
was a good show. I always liked him, actually.
I really
Yeah.
liked the brother.
Robert.
I thought he was the
Oh,
best
yeah.
character.
Yeah.
And the mom. She was funny.
Why don't we take a quick break here? This will be a very quick break. Come back and wrap things up right after this.
Boo.
You're listening to me, your customers are listening to me, and they will hear me promote your business. The Tom Bernard Podcast attracts thousands of listeners, in fact, several thousand listeners now, thanks to Andy, the promotion. Listeners who are loyal, engaged, and ready to support businesses they trust. Our podcast has helped numerous businesses increase traffic, sales, and brand recognition. We're not just about ads, we're about results. Whether you're a local business or a national brand, we offer custom advertising packages designed to fit your unique needs and goals. Our audience spans multiple demographics, allowing you to target your ideal customers with precision, from millennials to baby boomers and everyone in between. With the broad reach of the show and passionate following, your business will see increased visibility and awareness, translating into more customers and sales.
I never seen you looking so bad, my funky one.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Uh-oh, he's sneaking up on me. What are you
Always
doing?
trying to flip a coin. We're almost done, Sage, and then he can flip the coin. Sage has been very into flipping coins.
Ooh, look at that. That was
Yeah,
a good
he
flip.
was doing that last time we were over there at their
Well,
house.
he found out that where they do gymnastics, if you put $1 in the vending machine and then you ask for change, it gives you a dollar coin.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
It doesn't spit the dollar
like
back
that.
out.
Dollar coins, that's interesting.
Yeah, I know. So on Monday, last time they had gymnastics, he brought $4 to put in the vending machine, and he ended up with, and each one of them was a different president,
Yeah.
Huh.
which is kind of fun.
That's
It's
pretty
who did you
cool.
have? Richard
None of
Nixon.
them were Sacagaweas.
Yeah, none of
Oh,
them were
yeah.
Sacagawea. Yeah, it was Richard
then
Nixon, Zachary Taylor,
Sacagawea.
George Washington, and
Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson.
And then I was going for and then I gave which one did I give to Fawn?
I think you gave Richard Nixon to Fawn.
I gave Richard Nixon to Fawn, and then I was going to I hopefully put the Zachary Taylor one in, but I accidentally put the George Washington one in, and then I kept putting it in. I was like, no, yes, no, yes, no, and then I got a Sacagawea coin, dollar coin back.
Yeah, because he was like, I don't know who Zachary
Thomas
Taylor.
Jefferson. Mother. Now I have Thomas Jefferson, Zachary Taylor, and Sacagawea.
Mom,
What?
don't send me text messages.
You
That was
text
that
messaged
beeping
me.
sound. But it makes beeping sound.
Okay, I won't.
You're ruining
Yeah,
the
just-
show.
Honest to God. See, I like these shows because it shows the listening and viewing audience what it's like to be a member of this family.
There you go.
This is it. The kids have total control over everything.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I don't know why that's fair.
I don't know what you're going to do when we move studios and we go to a one-camera setup.
They just won't be able to be.
They just won't be
in
able to
the room.
be in the room.
Or they'll have to wear. We'll buy them Richard
Masks.
Nixon masks.
What?
They can wear them.
Yeah. There you go.
No, I can
Just
I can
hoods.
do makeovers.
They'll have to wear wigs and masks the whole time.
Uh-huh.
Sunglasses.
Sage,
And
stop.
be incognito. Yeah, they just won't be able to be
What
in
are
the
you doing?
studio.
Yeah, my hope is that we're going to go to a single camera setup where it's just us. Like, there's going to be a couch and 2 chairs, and everyone will sit there. Except for me, I'm still going to have this gigantic desk. I don't know how I'm going to handle that, but we'll see.
It'll work out
All this crap
beautifully.
in front of me, I need all this.
You do have a
So,
It'll be
lot
all
of
right.
stuff.
yeah. I think it'll be
Lot
fine.
of
We got a
stuff.
window here that the camera can see me through. There you go.
There you go.
That's all you need.
Great.
Cool.
What if they're going to reimburse me for putting that window in here? 'Cause
Probably
I paid
not.
for it.
No.
I can guarantee you not.
Let's take it with us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
just
is
leave a
our
hole.
window.
Take
By
it out of the
golly.
wall
All in there.
and there you
That'd
go.
work for me.
Yeah.
Kristen Burt will not be on again tomorrow. She has some other. What's she doing again?
On set.
Set.
But it's going to be a pretty interesting show. Andy, you know, well, you can give her name out because she's going to give it on the air anyway, isn't she?
Yes.
Ooh, what?
Carrie Hoffman. She is the mother of the boy who was thrown off the balcony at the Mall of America.
Oh
like,
my goodness.
Yeah.
Like 15. How long ago?
That was a long time ago.
Was it like 15 years ago?
Well, I don't think it was that long.
No, there was another boy that was just thrown off.
That was at the water
thing.
park, yeah. Threw him off the top. Of
No,
the top of the
she
water
was.
park.
Not maybe this was the water park, but there were like
This
3 years
was-
ago there was a
Oh,
boy
no, this was only
thrown.
2019.
19.
Okay,
Yeah,
never mind.
yeah.
I thought it was a lot longer
Yeah,
ago.
Yep.
So, well,
Yeah.
6 years still. Yep.
But
Seems
that's
like
going to
not
be a
that
tough
long
one.
ago. Ugh.
The
Yeah.
mother of Landon Hoffman.
Didn't he make a full recovery
Yeah.
miraculously?
Okay.
Yeah,
Miraculous.
If
wild.
not, if not full, then nearly
like
complete.
nearly unbelievable.
Yeah,
he
because the
went-
one at
he
the
fell-
water park died.
He fell
I know
40
that.
feet.
Oh, God.
There's no water park at the Mall of America.
What's right next to it?
I don't know. Is there?
There
Oh,
is.
Great
Yeah,
Wolf
there's.
Lodge.
yeah.
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 I don't go to that area.
I don't either.
For moral,
I drive by it
moral reasons.
constantly.
There are moral reasons.
For moral
Okay.
reasons.
Yeah.
I
All
don't
right.
go.
Well, that's nice to
Great
hear.
Wolf Lodge is a big thing with elementary age
I
children.
bet.
Oh,
what is
man.
great? Is that the new Camp Snoopy?
No,
No.
it's
Mom.
it's
In
a
an indoor water park.
yeah, and hotel that's right
Oh.
next to the Mall of America.
Oh, is that like with the
slides?
the slides come out of
Yes.
the building?
Yep.
And then, oh, okay, yeah, I remember driving by that
Yep.
all the time. As a,
They
well, not all the
go
time.
to
where I
Wallace
lived.
Pond.
We've never been because I'm not a water park person.
I love water parks.
They're so echoey, and the chlorine hurts my eyes.
Oh,
I would
they're
get
so
stuck in the
loud.
slides.
Probably.
Yeah, that would be tough.
I
Sage
made
went-
Fawn smile.
I like going to like public
not
pools
smiling.
are fine outside that have slides. But, like indoor water parks, I'm just like ugh.
Yeah, I
Smells
know.
weird.
Yeah.
It's like echoey.
Although
Go.
the new trend is salt water, and that smells a lot less bad.
Yes,
Really?
and it hurts your eyes a lot less.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it still uses chlorine, but it's like a special kind of way
Some
that
of
they
the
do it.
Some of the other
Yeah.
chemicals are taken out
They
of it.
don't shock it
Yeah,
because of
okay.
the way
Yeah.
that it works. So
Yeah, we go to a sand bottom pool,
sand bottom.
which is saltwater chlorinated, like
bottom
weird thing. But yeah, it's way better because then the kids, I feel like they're not as itchy after we go,
Yeah.
and it just doesn't seem as like dry.
What's the thing about pools is they have to shock them all the time, so the chlorine level is always actually too high because you
Yeah.
can't let it get too low, so they just have it too high instead, and it ends up being like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's like where our kids took swim lessons. They're both done with them now. But I'm like, where they took swim lessons, I would sit there and I would just be like, my eyes, it hurts because the chlorine was so strong.
Ugh.
That's true.
Yeah.
Andy, have you talked to Cam recently?
Who is Cam?
Remember, he is the.
Can do the
What is that again? When your face.
Bell's palsy?
Not Bell's palsy. No, it's something else. Yeah, we're going to have Cam on. Remember, he works out at the bank out in Wayzata.
Oh, you're talking about the Tourette's guy.
The Tourette syndrome.
Oh,
Yes.
Tourette's.
The reason I want him on is because he's a
Mom
handsome
give
young
him-
kid.
Did Mom give me his number and I just kind of forgot about it?
Yeah, we got to. I'd
Say-
love to get him on.
Let's find out.
But Cam is a handsome young guy, and he works at the bank. He's a teller, and he has those. Well, they're more than facial tics. They're. What is that?
It's a
Tourette's.
tick.
It's a tick.
It is a tick,
it's
but
a-
a
Straight up
major
a tick.
tick.
Yeah.
And the thing I noticed about him is when he was doing it, he has accepted it. He's accepted that's part of his life, and he's very, very cool guy. And just to be able to talk to somebody about other people think they got things they can't handle.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
you go through this, and it doesn't bother him in the least.
Yeah.
I was very impressed with him as a
I've
as a
learned that a
person.
lot on the job. That you always think it's the worst day. It's the worst day in your life, but
Yeah.
there are people
Yep.
who have been
Yep.
through far worse.
Oh, yeah.
So did you find Cam's number?
No.
Okay, I got.
I thought she texted it to me, but I don't see
I
it.
think I have him on my phone, but Alex has my phone, so.
Here.
Well, I'm not going to give it
Okey-dokey.
out on the air anyway,
yeah.
but
I
yeah,
haven't-
I'm pretty sure I got Cam's number on my phone, so I would love to have him on.
Okay.
We're trying to get it set up. You know, that as things go on, it takes forever to do anything. What is
Indeed.
that? Why am I getting these questions? I just got a questionnaire. Do you oppose illegal aliens voting in Florida?
Don't.
Spam.
Yeah.
Spam.
All right, well that's going to do it. But yeah, I will track down Cam's number. Matter of fact, I think I have it, Andy. I can give it to you. We can get them all set up.
You got one more suggestion before we leave.
All right.
Jill says you should watch Drowning Mona, an older movie that's funny with a lot of people: Casey Affleck, Danny DeVito, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, I bet you I would love that.
I've never even heard of it.
I've never heard of it.
Drowning
Drowning
who?
Mona.
Drowning Mona.
Yes.
I'll have to give it a whirl.
And while you're watching your movie, why not go to x.com/Tom Bernard Show and look for the Jack's Cafe giveaway? Not talking about you, because if you won it, I think there'd be questions.
Yes.
But
That wouldn't be bad.
if you're a listener, why not go there? Check out the Jack's Cafe giveaway tweet, comment, and you will be entered into the drawing for a $100 gift card on Friday.
There you go. So yes, tomorrow we have the young woman with us. So just went, but
The
her
young
son,
woman.
the son fully recovered.
I mean, I guess we'll get the specifics of it tomorrow, but
That's
from what
going
I've
to be
heard,
cool. That's going to be an
Yeah.
interesting show.
And then on Friday, Neil Justin from the Star Tribune's coming on. Like a lot of people are going,
Didn't know that.
I just called you about it last night.
Yeah, and you told me he couldn't, so we were going to go long on Thursday.
That's what we're going to do.
You said Friday.
But we're gonna put it on the air on Friday.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay.
Yeah. So it'll be the end of the show on Friday. But what I like about that is that, Neil reaches out to me, I reached out to him, and all the rest of it. And Neil's taking some major shots at me in the newspaper, and I take shots at him on the show and all the rest of it. But it's just, once again, maybe people could understand that if you calm down with your extreme politics, it'd be a much better world. Now, he's a very liberal guy. I'm lean conservative with him. I don't even know if he's all that liberal anymore. I'll have to ask him on the show. But you would think there are two guys that could never get along, because he said some pretty rough things about me.
Well, he was your big antagonist for a long
there's
time.
no
I remember
question
we
about
had
it.
CJ on the show ages ago, and she was one of those people who,
Yes.
all she ever did was write articles about you.
Yeah, that's true. Whatever happened to her? She just quit, or if they fired her, or what
I
happened?
think I heard she retired.
Oh, she did
maybe.
retire?
Okay.
Maybe someone in the chat. I think someone in the chat said something about that, but I could
Okay.
be completely wrong.
But Neil and I mean, we're not best friends or anything, but we have become friendly with one another. And what that's all about, and we're trying to prove, you don't need to be extreme right or extreme left. Calm down. People are different. They've had different lives. They're not going to be the exact same thing you are. Relax.
Yep.
Right?
Right.
Right.
All right, that's going to do it for today. We will talk to you tomorrow.